For a long time, the story with Telegram was all about user growth. But the big question was always the money. Well, today, we're going to break down exactly how they turned the corner and finally hit profitability. So let's dig into the numbers.
So here's the central question every analyst, myself included, has been asking for years, right? How does a platform that's so fiercely independent and focused on privacy actually make money and sustain itself? Well, it turns out we finally have the answer, and it's all in the data.
All right, here's our game plan. We're going to look at 5 key things. First, that big profitability milestone. Then, the subscriber engine that's making it all happen. We'll touch on their diversified monetization strategy, take a look at their balance sheet, see how healthy it is, and finally, tie it all back to their main goal, total financial independence. Okay, so let's jump right into the big news. This is the headline achievement. For years, Telegram was operating in the red. But now, well, they've completely flipped the script on their financial story. And here's the number that really tells the story. Over $1 billion in total revenue. You know, this is so much more than just a milestone. It's a huge validation of a business model that, frankly, a lot of people questioned for a very long time. So 2024 is the year. It's the first time Telegram is officially profitable. Now, this is a massive deal. It means they transform from what we'd call a high-growth cash burn machine into a genuinely sustainable, independent company. So the big question is, what was the catalyst? What really sparked this change?
Well, the answer, in a word, is subscribers. This turnaround wasn't some slow, gradual thing. No, it was fueled by an absolutely explosive expansion of their premium user base. That has become the absolute core engine of their revenue machine. And just how explosive are we talking? Get this, their premium subscribers tripled in a single year. A 3x growth factor. I mean, that's almost unheard of for a platform of this size. This right here is the single most important metric behind their newfound profitability. Period.
Let's put some hard numbers to that. Look at this. Last year, they had about 4 million premium subscribers. This year, over 12 million. That's not just growth. That's a massive stamp of approval from their users. It shows a powerful shift. People are more than willing to pay for the premium features. But here's the thing. Relying just on subscriptions is risky, right? Any smart company knows that. And that's exactly why Telegram has been so strategic about rolling out a whole suite of different monetization tools. They're building a much more resilient financial foundation that goes way beyond just those premium subs. And here's a look at that diversified approach. You see things like Stars, their virtual currency, and Telegram Business. Now, these aren't just one-off features. They work together to create a kind of flywheel effect. So businesses use the platform to reach you, the customer, and then you might use Stars to interact with content. It drives engagement and creates this really cool self-sustaining economy right inside the app. And here's what's so crucial, especially from an investor's point of view. They're doing all of this while, and this is key, reinforcing user trust. The company's message is clear. This isn't just about making money. They're framing it as a necessary step to protect their core mission, which has always been about putting the user first.
Okay, so revenue numbers are looking great, but that's only one side of the coin. What about their actual financial health? For that, we've got to look at the balance sheet to really gauge their stability and see how viable they are for the long haul.
And what we're seeing on the balance sheet is, honestly, a very strong position. On the asset side, you've got over $500 million in cash reserves. That's a healthy cushion. Then, on the liability side, they've been really smart about paying down that big $2 billion debt load. They're using their new profits to deleverage and make their financial foundation even stronger.
Now, this is a really important detail, something any serious analyst has to notice. That $500 million in cash, that number excludes their crypto assets, which can be super volatile. What does that tell us? It shows a really disciplined, de-risked approach to managing their money. It gives us a much clearer, more stable picture of their actual liquid cash.
So this all brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the big why behind all of this. I mean, all these numbers we've been talking about, the revenue, the subscribers, the cash, they're not just numbers on a page. They all serve one single, very important goal. And here it is, laid out for you. This is the entire playbook. Step 1, grow the user base like crazy. Step 2, diversify how you make money. Step 3, hit profitability. And finally, step 4, use that profit to lock in your financial stability for good. Honestly, it's a masterclass in long-term strategy.
And if there's one thing you take away from this analysis, it should be this. Financial independence isn't just a happy side effect of their success. No, it is the core strategy. It's the whole point. This is what lets Telegram answer to its users and only its users, not to VCs, not to advertisers. Every single move we've looked at today has been designed to build up and protect that independence.
So to sum it all up, Telegram has proven its model works. They've fortified their balance sheet, and they finally achieved that independence they've been talking about for years. With all this momentum and all this freedom, the question for us as analysts and investors is no longer, hey, will they survive? The real question now is, what market are they going to disrupt next?